Starting up your own business, there's a lot to take in, isn't there? It's a pretty steep learning curve, there's no doubt about that. As well as business plans, finances, revenue and marketing, you'll suddenly be introduced to a whole new world of terms that you'd have never heard of before. In my vlog series Speak Like Shaf, I've made it my business to explain exactly what they mean and how your startup can benefit. Today, we're looking at the phrase strategic management. Every business, no matter if it has 5,000 employees or 5 employees, needs strategic management. Put simply, it means using and organising a firm's resources to make sure that its objectives and goals are met. Strategies are developed and used to make sure the business can be the very best it can be. That's the fancy theory. In reality, it means looking at your business culture, its foundations and organisations, and the skill and strengths of your employees and using these to achieve your goals. You might think that strategic management is something that has recently crept into the language of business, but it's actually been around since the beginning of time. Okay, maybe not quite the beginning of time, but certainly since the Stone Age. Let me explain with a little help from Rab the Rockstar. Regular viewers will be very familiar with this little guy, but I'll explain who he is for my newest viewers. You are looking at the world's first entrepreneur. Yes, really, he had the ingenious idea of making tools out of wood, flint and rocks to help his fellow cavemen catch their dinner. Well, have you ever tried to catch a deer with your bare hands? Believe me, it's not as easy as it looks. Anyway, Rab was originally given a share of the catch as payment. Before long, money crept into the transaction and he successfully monetised his business, even without meaning to. Rab's business was booming, but he quickly realised it wasn't going to take care of itself. He needed to implement some strategic management strategies, and this is what he did. Firstly, he identified what his goals were. It would have been easy to say he wanted to sell as much as he could, but that was simply too vague. Within a year, he aimed to sell 250 spears and 250 sets of bows and arrows. How could he do that? He had to organise his resources to achieve his aim. He employed people to collect the raw material, he trained workers to make the tools, and he hired a marketing and sales team to travel. Obviously they had to walk in those days around local villages and drum up business. Strategic management meant that he had enough material to create high quality goods and he had a market to sell them to. Of course, Rab surpassed his targets and his business went from strength to strength. Think of a successful business. It could be a cafe around the corner from you that always has customers queuing out the door, or it could be a global giant like Amazon or Coca-Cola. These companies didn't succeed because of luck, they succeeded because of good strategic management. Setting goals, planning on how to reach them, and organising your firm to make the most of every opportunity that comes your way is key when you're starting and running a business. Talking of opportunities, I want to urge you to take this opportunity to hit that subscribe button and sign up to my YouTube channel. It's full of advice for entrepreneurs, and believe me, if you want to run a successful business, you just can't afford to miss it.